Hey guys, it's Sarah. Welcome back to Main Garden Travels. Today we are getting ready for a Harvest Fest. And so first we're getting ready to build a giant bonfire. So we are out in our back field, in our third field, and we're going to, we're going to start picking up some old dead sticks and things to get our bonfire going. We're also going to do some other things to get set up today and get the farmhouse in spick and span shape. Woo.
That is like better though, because then I can food.
We like to get even the littlest of our crew helping out. Good skills to learn, right?
Yep.
What a perfect way to get rid of all this fallen wood, branches, little trees. It is officially winter. No, it's not winter. It just feels like winter. It's officially fall. And here in Maine, we are diving into fall, full head on. Last week it was 80 and we were swimming at the ocean this week. Today is barely 60. The leaves are changing colors. And it's cold out here. So you can hear that racket in the background. They're taking some trees down that have died. But anyhow, I was going to tell you a little bit about our farm, and I think I've mentioned it before. This farm has been in my family for a really long time. My grandfather owned it, and he passed away before I was born, so I never met him. But whenever I'm here, I feel really close to him. And apparently the farm had been in his family before that, and my mother was getting ready to sell the farm because she's gotten a little bit older. She's in her 70s and she just doesn't want to take care of it anymore. So my husband and I decided to come along and take care of it. The house is actually not livable, and I might show you a little bit of it inside today. But anyhow, one of the theories that has passed on down the years is that we have a cranberry bog here, and I kept saying, what? No cranberry bog here. And we just worked really hard to mow our third field, and I think I did find some cranberries. So in that instant, I just felt really close to my grandparents, just like, wow, just a connection that's really interesting. It's hard to describe, but it's a great feeling. So I'll show you these cranberries now.
Although they won't be edible because look at them, they're all dried up and horrible looking. This is a nice area for cranberries to grow. It's very brackish back here, and you should have heard me just 2 minutes ago. A snake squizzled on by as I was trying to find some cranberries to show you. Here's another one. Not quite as red as some of the other ones we saw earlier, and now I can't find them, but there's a few more over here. Pretty cool. I don't know if we'll ever be able to do anything with them, but neat all the same.
Okay guys, so I'm gonna take a break from the bonfire building. I think they've all got it under control, and I thought I'd take a peek at what the garden is producing this week. We really are on our last legs of the garden for this year, and let's see, I have some watermelon to harvest, and this will be our first time harvesting it, so I'm super excited. Okay, so here's the first one I picked. Not huge, but these are little sugar babies anyhow. So now I was told that these should have a yellow bottom when it's time to pick. Last week, however, I rolled it over because it was yellow and I was trying to give this side some love. I'm going to take everything that I can this week because we are actually getting close to our first frost. This week we might get down to the 30s at night, so yeah, it's probably time. Here's another.
And this one is actually not dried up off the stalk. But I'm gonna take it anyhow. And so this is probably going to be part of our harvest party for next week. We're inviting a bunch of family and friends, and we have all kinds of games set up and lots of food that we've harvested. We're making some things with our butternut squash and eggplant and that sort of thing, so it's going to be fun. So this one looks like it may have been left a little too long, as it's slightly soft, so we'll open that one first. I have a feeling the inside might be rotten, but we'll see. So we got 4. There's still a couple more on there that are too small to even bother with. They might grow a little bit in the next week, and I'll just hope for no frost. A couple of tiny delicata squash. I think will be our last acorn squash of the season. Kind of small, as you kind of expect toward the end of the season. So another first this year is cantaloupe. Look at that guy. He's just little, and I think it's about ready to take off the vine. Have you ever seen something so gross? Those are squash bugs, and so I'm gonna pull this plant and burn them. You can't compost because they might have eggs on them, and you'll just be introducing them to your garden next year if you leave the eggs there. I just took a break to come out here and watch these guys working on a giant slingshot. Teamwork.
I'll give you an update on how that slingshot works out. They're going to be aiming water balloons at some scarecrows. I don't know, a guy thing, I think. Let's take a look at the garden, because I am going to ignore them for a while and get back to work. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous right now. Despite the fact that the vegetables are on their way out, the flowers are just like awesome. The zinnias just keep going. I'm trying to thin some of this today. Alrighty, I guess I'm gonna finish my video today right now, because I'm taking a break with my neighbor friends here, the cows. And we've been out here for at least 6 hours.